Hello peeps, it's Dig-Daeg, and for today I'm going to talk about something very special. Today I'm doing a Miitopia review slash gameplay thing. So, well, we're gonna get right into it. Miitopia is a very fun game, and it's a lot like Tomodachi Life in how it's not really how it's played, but how it's built. It's built where you kind of insert your Mii characters into the game and you can play as them and see how they react to different things and blah blah blah. I actually put myself in there, and right now I am a very powerful mage and I have a very wide assortment of magic moves. Pata! I have a very wide assortment of magical moves, some of which I never use. But that's okay. I am a wizard. I can do whatever I want. Also, I can eat scorpions. I don't like that. Sometimes. But yeah, I also put a lot of my friends in there. And I have a very good team of myself and three of my friends. Math. I have... Let's see, I have my friend who lives just 2 doors down from me, and he is a very good cook. He is a pro cook and makes all sorts of feasts that I sometimes do not want, but hey, that's okay. He is a cook, and he's used to criticism. Unlike YouTubers. I don't want to hear your criticism. And then I also have another one of my friends, Sapphire. That's her nickname in the game. And she is a very thievery thief. She steals bananas and candies for me. And I am very thankful. And yeah, she is really good, and I'll talk about thieves later. And I also have my other lady friend who is a cat. And let me just say, when I first heard of the cat, I thought it would be like kind of a support character where it could, occasionally heal and whatever. And it can heal your MP with a special move that it has, but they're more geared towards attack. In fact, right now she has these golden wrecking balls with spikes that she uses to attack, and it's kind of scary sometimes. But yeah, so in Miitopia, you can assign your Mii characters and give them different roles. There are many different roles. One of them is warrior, and warriors have very high attack and defense, which is super helpful. Super helpful. I like this hand signal, so I'm going to use it. Super helpful. And they have some moves that'll actually protect other people. Let's see. Then you also have the mage, and the mage has really good magical attacks. It can do this big explosion thing that I really love doing a lot. But the only downside to mages is that they don't have very high defense, and they're kind of weak just on their own, which I probably should have known before I assigned my character to be a mage, because I was on my own for quite a while, until Miyamoto came and saved me. But he is also a mage, so that didn't help much. It just caused more explosions. And then you've also got the cleric, and to be honest, I have no idea what the cleric does. I never really had one of my friends assigned to be a cleric, so yeah. And then after the cleric is the chef, and honestly, chefs are super helpful. You should have them at like the beginning of your game, because they are super helpful. At level 2, they can start healing, and they also have a couple pretty good attacks. Their attack and defense is pretty dang high, and so yeah, it's super helpful to have a chef. I recommend chefs. The Chevys. Chevy is a car company. I recommend Chevy. Chevy's not that bad. And then after the Chevy, we have the Pop Star. And the Pop Star is kind of like a chef. They can heal, but unfortunately, also when they attack literally everybody, which I don't really like, because I don't want to die. Pop Star. And then after Pop Star is something. I can't remember what it is. I'll probably go back to it. Oh yeah. Next up, we have the Scientist, and to be honest, I was a scientist for a while, and they're pretty fun. They can upgrade weapons to make them stronger, and they have some pretty cool moves. Like the disgusting one where they shake the test tube really quickly, and then they just spray it everywhere. It's a really good move, but not good for the enemies. Not good if you're an enemy. And then after Scientist, you have a Cat. And to be honest, I thought cats were up for support roles, but they're very high in attack. And then after Cap, you have an Imp. And, oh yes, okay. Imps are pretty good. They can lower defenses, lower the opponent's defense for a little while, and they can also jab your booty. And then the one that I forgot was a Thief. I'm a little surprised, because one of my good friends, Sapphire, is a Thief, and she is really good at it. So Thieves are really good support roles. They can set traps, steal HP bananas and MP candies, and they can also do sneak attacks, blades, stuffs. It's pretty fun. Let's see, after Imp. Oh, tanks. I have a friend who is a tank, and honestly, he makes a very good tank. Tanks are pretty good. They use up a lot of MP though, so I'd recommend boosting up your MP if you're a tank. But they can shoot people, 8 balls, all sorts of stuff. And they also have this move called a Wild Shot, and honestly, I've been hit by that probably like 5 or 6 times. Harry. And tanks also have a move where they can actually boost up their defense for a little bit, which is pretty helpful. And then after that is a Princess, and I'm guessing princesses are kind of like clerics, although I have no idea what clerics do, so I have no idea what princesses do. And then plants, I'm gonna guess, are a lot like cats. They have like high-ish attack power and have a couple healing moves. So yes, that is kind of the core of Miitopia. And here is Miitopia. And yeah, the wrecking ball things are not the little fuzzy paws you see on the cover. No, they are not. They are big golden wrecking balls, and they're big spikes. Whatever. Let's see, what else? Oh, yes! You can also assign your friends to be, like, the Dark Lord, or the Great Sage, or the Princess. I don't know why they have a princess, and then they also have a job that's assigned to be a princess. That kind of confuses me. But yeah, Miitopia was apparently a very peaceful place until the Dark Lord came in. And I assigned my sister to be the Dark Lord. She showed up in a video a while back that I did with fruit snacks. I assigned her to be the Dark Lord, which was very hilarious because it would show up and it would be, oh, the Dark Lord Sisso! That's her nickname, Sisso. Because it's close to sis, which is an acronym for sister. I don't want to hear your criticism! And then we have the land of Miitopia. And the land of Miitopia, you start in this place called Greenhorn, and then move on to next door, which is next to Greenhorn, and then you move on to this volcano place that I can't remember the name of. And after that, you kind of bounce around. You can go to this thing called a Traveler's Hub, where basically you can talk to travelers and accept quests. And there's also this big ice mountain place that's pretty cool. And then there's also a peculiar place that's called Peculia, I think. I don't know how to pronounce it. Peculia? Peculia. Peculio? Peculior? Peculiar. And you can actually, in parts of Peculia, you can actually like teleport to different areas. It's really weird. And then there's also this floating monstrosity in a cloud. That is the dream house for a scientist because it has a bunch of robot enemies and whatever. And in fact, you fight a giant robot in it. She was pretty hard. And then also something that's very important in Miitopia is the relationships between your characters. My relationships in Miitopia are very strong, and some of the attacks with the relationships are really powerful. You get this, if you get high enough in your relationships, you get this one attack called Pincer, and it deals a lot of damage. Yeah, and also, with me characters, they can get into fights, and they're called corals. Like a coral reef, except it's a fight between people. And occasionally you'll get a coral, and then you'll get the two me characters, they'll go through this really emotional apology, and then afterwards it looks like they're proposing. And also something else that's very important, in the game you have this kind of guide that's with you, and his name is unknown, but he is known as this divine power, and he gives you these special sprinkles that'll heal your HP, heal your MP, get your character really hyped up, and that it's pretty fun. I really enjoy Miitopia, and I would recommend it to you. So, yes, thank you all for watching, and I hope you play Miitopia. It's a lot of fun.